Over the years, the ocean has been sought as a place for solitude and rejuvenation. Surrounded by the sounds of the sea and the warmth of the sun, the world falls into perspective. A need for rediscovery draws people to their favorite resorts year after year. But all too often these days, when you discover that special place, you find the crowds, the very reason you chose to escape. Imagine a place, an island, still untouched by the crowds and pressures of today's world, where time is marked by the rising of the sun and the passage of the moon. Imagine beaches stretching for miles, where yours is the only footprint. Imagine and discover Bald Head Island at Cape Fear, the southernmost point along the North Carolina coast and a fitting finale for the state's magnificent string of barrier islands and capes. A world apart, but only minutes away, the island is within easy reach of several regional airports and an hour away from the nightlife of Myrtle Beach's Grand Strand. The drive to Bald Head Island's mainland base takes you past some of the most picturesque sites in the southeast, including Old Brunswick Town, one of the state's oldest settlements, Horton Plantation, a classic example from the antebellum period, and historic Wilmington, where outstanding southern architecture from centuries past can be seen. Your point of departure for Bald Head Island is Southport, a quaint coastal fishing village and one of the finest natural harbors in the region. Begin your 3.5-mile journey across inland waters on our private passenger ferry. As the sea spray and ocean air sweep past the bow, you get a sense of everyday worries being lifted from your shoulders and swept away in the wake. The 10-minute ride passes quickly. When you reach the island, your mind and spirit are ready to enter this world of exceptional natural beauty. Even the climate seems to welcome you ashore. On Bald Head Island, the temperate zone flirts with the tropics, and each seasonal change is moderated by the influence of the nearby Gulf Stream. This unique climate has created an environment where wildlife and vegetation of both northern and southern biological regions converge and flourish, creating a 2,000-acre vacation habitat in harmony with nature. Along the 14 miles of secluded beach, one of the island's most honored visitors, the giant loggerhead sea turtle, crawls ashore to lay its eggs. They are protected by an active conservancy group, and each year, the group's hatching protection program returns 90% more hatchlings to the sea than nature alone can provide. In this way, the people of Bald Head Island can begin to repay nature for her generosity and beauty. Inland, dense maritime forests of live oak, red cedar, dogwood, palmetto, and the sable palm provide a diverse habitat for the island's wildlife. In this forest, you may observe a gray fox or a curious raccoon foraging for food. Perhaps the island's greatest natural glory is its 10,000 acres of salt marsh, home to one of the largest populations of nesting waterfowl on the East Coast. Huge flocks of migratory birds fill the sky each spring as they come here to roost, breed, and raise their young. The tall marsh grasses provide sanctuary to egrets, ibis, and the great blue heron, and you can see the osprey or the pelican diving above the island's beaches. It has been said that birds are an ecological barometer. Their abundance here is true testimony to the island's unspoiled beauty. The birds have claimed Bald Head Island for eons. Man's presence has been limited. Thus, much of the island remains unchanged by time. Wander among the remains of an early Indian campsite, or walk the same stretch of beach that Spanish adventurers explored 300 years ago. The island was the base of operation for many notorious scalawags, such as Major Steve Benet, the gentleman pirate, and Blackbeard, the scourge of the Carolina coast. Visit North Carolina's oldest lighthouse, known as Old Baldy, which has stood sentinel since 1817. For a spectacular view of the island, climb the stairs of this historic landmark or stroll past the boathouse, once home to the American Life Saving Service, the forerunner to today's Coast Guard, and now a private residence. If you find yourself on the island's southeastern tip, you can visit the site of the Cape Fear Light, decommissioned in 1956 and commemorated by a cluster of private clapboard houses built by Captain Charles Swan, a local legend and keeper of the light for over 50 years. Along the island's western shore flows the Cape Fear River, and here a series of prominent sandy dunes contrast against the lush forest. Even on the earliest of hand-drawn charts, these dunes were referred to as the Bald Head Dunes, and the name has endured. The recent acquisition of the island by the Mitchell family has brought an additional measure of stability and experience to the island's future. The owners approached the development of Bald Head Island with the philosophy that we should work as partners with the environment, not intruders. In accordance with this spirit, a responsible long-term plan has been developed which calls for controlled growth while nurturing the island's natural resources. Out of the splendor of the land itself, a variety of resort activities come alive. Enjoy golf the way it was meant to be played, at a leisurely pace, on excellent turf, in a spectacular natural setting. George Cobb designed a true masterpiece of golf course architecture, which takes advantage of the natural contours of the massive dunes and freshwater lagoons. Natural sand traps and giant live oaks punctuate the Bermuda fairways and greens. If tennis is your game, the conveniently located courts await your challenging match. Best of all, the temperate climate means year-round play. Bald Head Island's location also makes it a superb base for yachting. A sailor's haven with blue water only minutes away, and our marina offers complete facilities for docking and supplies. The island is also a fisherman's delight. With its close proximity to frying pan shoals, it offers the most exciting and diverse fishing on the East Coast. In the spring and fall, creeks and miles of beach come alive with the rich bounty of the sea. For the landlubbers in your group, there's biking to the historic sites along the dunes or the winding forest roads. And as always, the shores will beckon you to the surf, where you can swim or simply stroll along the water's edge in search of the many varied seashells. Perhaps the most serene adventure the island offers is a canoe trip on the creeks that wind through the vast salt marsh. Whether you're gliding silently through the reeds or crabbing along the water's edge, you will discover the many secrets concealed within the marsh's peaceful setting. After you've worked up a healthy appetite, have a hearty lunch at the oceanfront Bald Head Island Inn. Later, the inn will entice you to savor the evening fare and enjoy a romantic sunset for two. The inn is just one part of the hospitality that heralds a new era of convenience for island residents and guests. Centrally located near the ferry landing and the modern marina is the Island Chandler, a general store that offers a complete line of groceries, hardware, and household products that will tempt you to forget the mainland forever. The Island Chandler building is a symbol of the commitment to quality construction and design encouraged on the island. Here, professionals are on hand to supervise island operations, planning, construction, property management, and real estate sales. To ensure that the island remains compatible with the environment, all construction plans are reviewed by the island's Architectural Review Board. For the same reason, roads on the island have been designed to curve along the contours of the land, protecting important plant communities. These roads are ideal for the environmentally compatible electric vehicles that serve as the main source of transportation on the island. Accommodations are located in natural surroundings with convenient access to the recreational facilities and the ocean. Whether you envision a cottage nestled in the dunes, a villa tucked away in the maritime forest, or a dream home overlooking the 18th hole, Bald Head Island has a home site for you. Accommodations also include the oceanfront inn, 2 to 4 bedroom condominiums, villas, or island homes, and all are available for rental. On Bald Head Island, we offer an alternative for those people seeking a place where nature can be a primary source of recreation and relaxation, where rediscovery of ourselves and our history can occur. Here, a residential resort community exists in harmony with nature. Its future, through responsible development, is assured for generations to come. In everyone's life, there comes a time when you must stop and allow your mind and body to relax and escape the pressures of modern-day life. Take the time. Invest in yourself. Discover Bald Head Island.